I had been asked, did I know what TBW meant? Well, in electoral terms, I didn't, and indeed, in government, you have so many letters that another lot, you think, whatever is that? And then they told me, it means that be woman. And so for that reason, they felt that it was better to keep me off television. I did venture to say that I had won 2 elections.
Things came to a head on Thursday, the 4th of June, a day to be immortalised as Wobbly Thursday. The Prime Minister was suffering from toothache, and she was too busy answering questions about private health to have it treated.
Oh, I had that question on the phone in yesterday. I'm sorry you didn't listen to the answer. No, can't be everywhere, no, but you can listen.
To make matters worse, only a week before Election Day, a poll had been published which slashed the Conservatives' lead over Labour. At an early morning meeting at the Conservative Party's central office, Margaret Thatcher responded furiously.
Her demeanour at that meeting was unreasoning and unreasonable and close to hysteria, where it was impossible to put a point or even to be listened to. And it was quite clear that there was no point in saying anything.
That same Thursday, the Prime Minister had to go through with a planned visit to a factory making diggers and a theme park, all the while anxious about the opinion polls.
It was supposed to be the fun day out, where we would go on the rides and get good pictures of the press, and we'd actually been looking forward to it. But the atmosphere was terrible in that we were all waiting to see what this poll would bring in the evening. The Prime Minister was very apprehensive. She was not her usual relaxed self, and that was reflected throughout the whole of the team accompanying her. And we would be constantly on the telephone to central office, and there was just a mood of jitters.
You can imagine how terrible I felt. And I heard one of the television commentators say, that's it, she's downhill all the way. But one smiled one's way round and went round and saw everything and then got back to London. Now, at no time did they tell me that that had been a rogue poll, that it was absolutely out of keeping with all of the others, and I needn't worry about it. They just didn't tell me that. So I was worried. And naturally, I had to see that we then got our message across, and then we swung from what we were going to do in the future to pointing out to what we had done in the past.
In the light of the poor poll, Margaret Thatcher ordered that Norman Tebbett's advertising campaign should be dumped. In its place, Lord Young produced a series of posters stressing the past achievements of Margaret Thatcher's government. Lord Young showed the new advertisements to Norman Tebbett.
And he looked at them and he exploded and he said he can't give that. And that's when I lost my cool. I got hold of Norman and I did shake him and I said, Norman, I said, if you don't do this, we're going to blankety blank lose this election, I said. And it won't matter what you think or I think. Now, if this is what she wants, this is what she's going to get. It was rather more fraught language at that time.
I leave people to judge whether it's likely I would have been seized by the lapels without some retribution falling upon he that did it. But certainly I can say that at that moment David Young was convinced that we had lost the election. He changed his mind when he got home and saw the next day's opinion polls.
In the event, the poll which prompted Wobbly Thursday proved to be wholly inaccurate. The Conservative Party could go to the polls 1 week later confident of victory.